No, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, thank you for letting me take a few minutes as well. It's nice seeing everybody. And from our side, so I'm Laurence Whittam, work with QX Accounting Services in the US side of the business. And then we are part of QX Global Group, which is our global entity. Now, I work in the accounting side of the business where we are working directly with CPA firms and accounting firms in the US, and we are supporting them essentially with staff. But we are also helping from a project basis as well. So we work with a little bit over 300 CPA firms and accounting firms in the US currently. And we're helping with accounting, bookkeeping, tax preparation, audit support, really the full spectrum, just like a team member in their office would. And all of our office is in India, pretty much all the back office support. And we are a team of 2,200 people now. Honestly, grew by about 500 just in the past year. So we're really growing very quickly. It's as across every industry right now, but especially in the accounting world, staffing is probably number one concern. Between staffing and technology, they're probably two of the biggest talking points right now. And it's not due to just lack of people really anywhere specifically. It's just worldwide, right? It's and what's happening is a lot of the smaller firms are losing very good talent. The gap is in that middle and upper level of talent. It's not the juniors necessarily. It's not the interns. It's really the people with 5, 10, 15 years of experience that need to do the final review of a lot of types of projects, whether it's tax work, accounting, or audit. And the ones that can really lead a project and get the best end result. And what the struggle is with a lot of small firms especially is that now their good talent is being picked up by the big firms, being able to offer big signing bonuses and everything like that. So we come as an option to them where, especially now, it's got a lot easier with virtual working. Everybody's got a lot more used to it. So the outsourcing side of things has become definitely a lot easier from a technical perspective. A lot more acceptable in the industry. Typically, the accounting industry has been behind the times from the tech side of things. So being able to be a GDPR, a SOC 2 compliant company, we're able to obviously pick up a lot of comfort levels across the industry because they've now having to address it from a virtual workforce perspective. But yeah, I mean, we help from a project base up to full-time team members that we've created teams of up to 100 people for slightly larger organizations, down to helping some firms just with a few tax returns every year. It's very, very scalable, very flexible from the model perspective. It is affordable because of the obviously being the resources over in India, but shouldn't ever be the number one reason behind doing it. It is really the factor of just having good talent really is the number one concern across the industry. I mean, from my side, I can tell you that I work with, again, about 300 CPA firms. So with that, I've tried to sort of build out my network to be able to help other people and also help our clients in other ways. So again, groups like V5O and having resources for CPA firms and other groups that they can go to is very preferential to add on because, again, we get talked to, we're a partner of theirs typically, right? When we're helping with resources, we're there as a resource to them for extending that tool belt essentially to them. Because as I mentioned, I mean, CPA firms typically, they have their smaller group, they're focused on the work a lot more than running a business. So I try and be an extension of their business arm to some extent as well across the board. I mean, my side of things is pretty simple, really. It's so I don't have to take up too much time, but I know that number one, or quite a few concerns typically come in that security area of things. So again, being a larger company like ourselves, we invest a lot in that area. I help to consult with firms to make sure that they understand some of those risks as well and what ways they can actually implement implement their IT companies to come in and actually set up a secure environment for an outsourced company to come into their space. and obviously limiting access in a lot of ways as well. And I have an understanding of the majority of tax and accounting softwares and how they're structured from that position. Having that perspective compared to a lot of other BPOs and outsourcing companies is definitely very helpful. And then being able to advise as to how to create a team structure. Because again, that's one of probably the biggest difficulties that I see in firms is understanding how to grow a business is probably a big concern for a lot of CPA firms. You'll see a lot of them are experts in their field, but unfortunately, they're not able to manage people very well. They're not able to release a lot of the work and have trust that it can be done and be able to release some of their learnings to employees. So we really help create processes and structure around that. And that's really the benefit of an outsourcing partner rather than necessarily just hiring a team member in-house, right? Is that structure that sort of comes with it as well.